When you put it in, you want to make sure that it's in between, resting on here, in between the two mahogany pieces. Then you can tighten it until it doesn't move. You'll notice that there's no plug above this table, so we have to bring one to it. When you are doing the cutting, we do not want to cut the cord. So you need someone to hold it up for you while you're doing this step. You're going to put it in the hole. Notice it's not moving. You never want to see that blade moving when it's not down on here. This needs to rest flat on here. Not at an angle, not at an angle. This needs to set flat. You're going to try to cut right on the inside of that line, and when you get to the hole, you stop it. Make sure the blade is stopped. Then you're going to move it to another hole, and eventually you'll cut all the way through. So you're going to hold one hand on top. If you're right-handed, that goes in the handle. If you're left-handed, that goes in the handle. Your opposite hand goes on top, and you want to see where the blade is cutting. If you're cutting like this, you have no idea where you're cutting. So you want to look over this so you can see where the blade is hitting the wood. One hand on top, one in the handle, looking over, seeing where the blade is cutting, and cut, and stop when you get to there. When you're cutting, you notice there's going to be sawdust on there. If you don't blow it off, you're guessing where you're going to cut. You don't want to guess. So as you cut, stop it and blow. You can keep the blade moving as you blow. When it stopped moving, that's when you can move it. Doesn't matter the order you do it. I suggest doing the long cuts first, then the short cuts. I find it easier if you're resting your chin on your hand looking over. What we're trying to avoid is this bouncing up and down. If it's bouncing up and down, you're not holding it tight enough against the wood. Make sure you have all your pressure down and push forward. The blade is stopped so I can move it to another hole. If you find you take your finger off the handle and it's still moving, all you have to do is push the finger again and it will stop. Why that happens is if you accidentally push this button while you're holding it, the blade will keep moving. So to stop that from happening, all you have to do is push the handle and that will stop it.
Ooh. Yeah. I can't see.
The last cut, if you did everything correctly, this piece will fall down. If it doesn't fall down, what probably happened is that you did not have this flat against the wood. You had it at an angle. Make sure that this piece and this piece is on the wood. Look over it, full pressure down. Then someone over there will probably want your saw. If you're watching, you're going to be the holder. When you do this cut, you're probably not going to do this perfectly straight. So these are the parts that you're going to file. These are the parts you're going to sand. We did the same thing right here. So I'm not going to do that demonstration. You can figure it out yourself. The grade that I grade is how well you sanded and filed this part right here. So if you're not sure, ask for Kuhn advice before you get it graded.